Good evening, and welcome to the Town of Raleigh Municipal Light Plant Board of Commissioners meeting for July 9th, 2014. As a reminder, this meeting is being audio and video recorded. Our first item on the agenda tonight is Citizens Query, and that'll be from 7 p.m. to 7:10 p.m. So if there's anybody in the audience that would like to ask some questions, we will take them under consideration. We really can't act on them tonight, but if you have any questions, we can certainly look into it. Hearing none, we'll go to item number 2, which is review and accept minutes from previous meeting. And that's the June 11th, 2014 Commissioners meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review them?
Yeah.
Is there any errors, omissions, changes? Spelling mistakes? Sorry, Eric.
You found one?
I just kind of get carried away there.
It's okay.
No, I didn't find one.
Oh, good.
No, I just got rolling along, get carried away. I know you don't make any mistakes at all. So. Okay, so if there's no comment, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes of June 11th, 2014. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Agenda item number 3. And that is the 7:10 appointment with the department employees. So I think it's not 7:10 yet, it's actually only about 7:04. So I skipped down to item number 4, which is approval of additional LED fixtures by selectmen.
We had talked in a commissioners meeting a while back about concerns about adding LED lights in town, in intersections and places that, we deem that might need an extra illumination. So Mark Bixby went for a ride with one of the town police officers, and they came up with a list of a lot of lights that needed to be added. We brought that to the selectmen, and I'll hand out a letter from the police chief. A letter from the police chief that endorses the plan for additional streetlights. And an actual, the next few pages are just an Excel spreadsheet that breaks out the additional lights into basically a 3-year plan.
Okay.
It's an roughly additional, I believe it's around 75 lights in addition to the ones we have now. And I think we had addressed that already once. I just wanted to bring it up to the board that the selectmen did approve the plan, and they were very happy with the plan. Actually, there's 84 total lights that will be added. The vast majority of them are intersections, right? Yes. Intersections and probably new developments.
Yep. Yeah, they tend to get lost in the shuffle.
In corners, yeah.
Looks good.
Mark, when you went out, do you prioritize them just by the sheets? You start right from the beginning here?
There is some prioritized. I mean, there's just so many intersections that need it. The first sheet is more so.
Okay.
But, yeah. Not to say the third page isn't as important
Yeah,
as the first page.
right, but you just, what you felt was priority.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to put a reason at the location there. Brief location. If you have any other questions on them, you can.
No, I was looking,
make a little extension.
I looked at one in Weathersfield at Green Needle. And I lived down that section. I've missed Green Needle at night,
Yeah.
that particular
Yeah.
intersection.
Well, that was the biggest thing, I think, with the police department and the fire department, is that sometimes at night they have trouble finding these roads because there's no lights generally at an intersection, so.
Okay,
Looks good.
yep. You want a motion to accept the,
I don't think you have to.
program?
It's been approved by the selectmen, so.
okay. Sounds good. Okay, the time being 1 minute to go to 7:10. The time being 7:10, we have employee salary and benefits review. Employees that will be attending the meeting will be Eric Roper, Mark Bixby, Sandra Nagel, Mark Anderson, Dennis Morrison, Brian Herdman, and Sean LaBelle. Okay,
All right, so we were here last month, and
yep,
I know we can't really talk about insurance, so we pretty much changed up what we're gonna ask for, and before we ask, we're gonna ask for something, and before I give you the sheet, I don't want you to think we're unappreciative or greedy of what we have, and unappreciative of the light department, because that's not true, but you know, we're doing it, we're gonna add something that we feel will keep our benefit package competitive to the other utilities around us, and, you know, try to retain the good employees we have and keep everyone happy. I mean, I'm not saying someone would leave, but, you know, we finally have a good group of guys since I've been here. There's been 4 other linemen have left, 4 other apprentices, and whatever else, so. And, obviously, if you guys have any questions.
Thank you.
So the longevity rate schedules down here, you've got current Rowley policy, which I'm assuming is what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
That's what's in effect.
yeah, that, it said town before, and I should have deleted that. That's not what the town, no one else gets, that's not what the town gets, so.
Okay, that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, I read that right when I was in the truck, and, it was there from previous, and
Okay.
that's not so. I mean, I know it's sticker shock and, or what have you, but, I do know that you could go a half an hour in Reading and people be like, pay $6 more an hour and 80% insurance, and they're both looking for 4 guys, so. I'm not saying I would never, I'm not saying I would leave or anything like that.
No.
Not the type of person I am, but
Yeah,
I'm just.
no, we understand. We have a great crew, and we just want to keep everybody here
Yeah.
as long as possible.
And I'm not saying any of these guys would do that, but
Yeah,
if we ever
yeah.
lost somebody, why would they go to Raleigh when they could go there for $6 more and 80% insurance? That's,
No, I mean, you have a good point. And,
I mean, I know there's circumstances for everything.
yeah. And certainly I have to agree with your opening statement. You know, we do have a terrific crew. We really do. I mean, you guys do a great job out there. And the townspeople certainly appreciate it, the feedback that we get. So,
I'm not familiar with the safety computer glasses.
Yeah, that's
We can go after that.
for,
Excuse me?
We can, do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to stop?
Yeah, I
the
just
whole one?
curious.
well, that's what the office, so you can ask.
Sandra had put together a little explanation on what,
Okay. Oh, yes. This is for work
For them
classes.
working, yeah, I don't know. It's not for
Working
us.
at a computer.
Working at a computer.
Working on a computer, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, we get like.
I understand what it
safety
is.
glasses, safety
Okay.
glasses.
Yeah, you get prescription safety glasses paid for.
Yeah. Okay.
My supervision.
I thought it was a new way of doing the glasses.
Oh.
The computer. Just-
Computer in the glass. They
I
have
was,
those.
the first thing I thought of was the safety glass with a little etching on the side. Tell you that it's a safety glass.
Oh,
And I was thinking maybe they've changed something.
I was gonna ask a question on that too, Bob. I was just gonna try to figure out when was the last time a computer exploded?
If I use it, maybe.
I was thinking more of the design aspect of the glass, so.
There you go.
I mean, when you say safety glasses, that's what I think
Yeah.
of, so. No,
Right.
that looks good to me. So. Okay, cost of living. Ouch.
Yeah, we,
I know where you come from.
Mhm.
The town employees this year got an increase of 1.25%, and then a COLA of 1% for a total of 2.25%. So we kind of have to live within the community, but what do you think?
Well, we have to live within the parameters that we have set up for the town, but also, we don't want to lose anybody, we want to attract people also.
Right, and
so-
then, I mean, there is a valid point there, Bob,
Mhm.
and Ken also, that there are job openings that come along in other communities that have municipal departments. And Mike is completely right, that, if we have an opening, and Reading has an opening, where are they gonna go? They're gonna go to Reading because of the difference in the pays. So I think our hardest job is going to be to balance those two issues to somewhere in the middle, and then try to go from there.
yeah. I mean, we know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and
Yeah. So, Ken, have you got any comments or
Well,
suggestions?
where did we come from? Last month it was 2.5%. Now all of a sudden we're 7%. This is last month's sheet right here.
Yeah.
Last month it was 2.5%. And now all of a sudden we jumped up to 7%.
Kenny, that was, the meme survey was 2.5%.
That wasn't what you were looking for then?
We just put that on there as a side note on the meme survey.
That's not, yeah, but that's not what they're actually looking for.
and that was
Oh.
when we would.
They didn't have a figure then.
It was to be announced or determined.
But that was when we were talking about insurance too, and now we're not.
So there wasn't a figure there.
Yeah, I believe it says the cost of living increase was to be determined as far as the percentage goes.
Anything else, Ken?
What did you say that the town got? You gave the town-
The town employees got a total of 2.25%. That was on the new rate schedule that they put together.
That was the COLA and the step.
The step was 1.25, and the COLA was 1.
And I know the town is restricted as far as budget-wise and money-wise. I know the light department is, not to say free with money, but we have a little bit more leeway in our budgets to pay our employees a little better, so I just want to make you understand that.
No, and I do understand that, Ken,
Yeah, okay.
and I hesitate to say that we can't compare town employees to light department employees, but we can to a degree.
Mhm.
Obviously, police and fire are hazardous jobs, they're Group 4, but so isn't the light department.
Right.
And
It's a different animal.
it is, I mean, and you just can't walk off down to the street corner and say to some guy, we need a lineman
No.
on the light crew and come to work for us. It's not that type of job.
No.
It's not a pick and shovel job. It really isn't, although sometimes it is.
Digging bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it's a job that requires training, and it's a job
Yeah.
that, skill.
Yes,
Absolutely.
as I was saying, now, these guys all have to go through a 4-year program to be qualified,
Right.
you know, as linemen. You don't get that in a lot of, you know, like you said, pick and shovel jobs, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And we do,
I'm,
I'm sorry. We do 5 years before they,
yeah, you start to work.
Before your first class.
yeah.
You guys are lucky, because when I started, we didn't have that.
Mhm.
We didn't have anything. We was on the job.
Yeah,
The first day out, the guy showed me how to roll up a coil of wire. I had no clue,
yeah,
you know, so.
on-the-job training.
On-the-job training, right down the line.
I went through a step in apprenticeship.
Oh, yeah.
course Going up, so it was, I think it was 6 years back then.
Oh, wow.
It's a long time to get to
Yeah.
the top, so.
Well, I guess I got something in my head. I would like to suggest it and just get some feedback from you folks.
Yeah.
The cost increase, I would like to suggest 3% retroactive to July 1st. And on the longevity rate schedule, I would like to add $200 to each step. If you think that might work. The first 5 would be 6, that would then be 7. The other one would be 9. The 15 would be $950, and the 20 would be $1,000.
What do you guys think?
Can we step outside and talk about it?
Sure. Yep, absolutely. And if you guys have got any other comments or want to make any suggestions, go right ahead.
No, Mr. Chairman, I'm the same thinking. I might have been a little bit different on the longevity, but cost of living was, and 3% I was thinking.
Okay. Any comments, Ken? or-
Did we get a rate of what the other towns are paying? Do we know what they're paying?
Yeah, if you got the meme survey, I don't know if you got it or not, but,
Probably didn't take that one.
okay.
But-
I've got it right here somewhere, so I can. This is, okay, that's the one, yeah. I'll take a look. Do you want, everybody want a copy, or?
Sure.
It's two,
Give them that?
yeah.
Thank you.
The only position you may not see on there would be Mark's. He would be on the, because he's a superintendent.
We don't, this is October 13th.
That's the latest one. The next one will be done this year, in October 14th.
So they might have already gotten raises.
You'll see in the date of the next increase in this column, you'll see when their last increase was. It might be like 15, it might be 14. Like most of them, a lot of them are July, a lot of them are January. So they kind of split that. So yeah, a lot of them may have gone up already since then. And you can see that they have a percent of next increase column. I mean, they're running 3. Some of them, I think the highest one here is 4. A lot of them are 3, 2.5, 3s. So.
But we're right in the ballgame, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's just the insurance thing, like they were saying. A lot of towns pay 85,
Yeah, well, that's-
71, 80, 75. So when you factor in how much their rate is and how much they get for insurance, their pay is that much more. I think that's why it wouldn't hurt for us to pay a little bit more, because the insurance is so much lower than most other towns.
We ready?
Yeah, whatever.
So we discussed it, and we'll accept the longevity But on the raise, we thought that the 7% was to, you know, get us up. So, and obviously the 3 wouldn't, but would you guys go for 4%?
What do you think,
And that
Ken?
would meet us in the middle and meet that on the middle.
We came up with the 7% to try to, that, you know, that would bring us even with everybody else. We're not looking to get, you know, the top compensation
No, we understand that.
package,
We
you know,
understand that.
there is.
Yeah.
But we feel like the 7 that we presented would bring us even with, you know, the top tier. But, you know, you offering 3 and, you know, we agreed on, we talked amongst ourselves and come up with 4, and we feel that that would be a, you know, that keeps us, you know, that's not gonna put us at the top or anything, but, you know, I feel like it makes us competitive with everybody else.
Yep. What do you think, Ken? Still studying.
Yeah, I'm still juggling this around.
You can see the lights on the calculator going.
I'm not big on computers. Never was.
Kenny's good.
This sounds like 7%'s quite a jump. I know the insurance is a problem.
Well, no, well, we don't want the 4, so.
And
Yeah,
none of the
4.
other towns have ever looked for that kind of,
No, they want 4%. They'd settle for 4 instead of the 7.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
3.5.
3.5, how's that sound? Suggestion?
I don't know, I think we presented ourselves with the 4, and I think we gave good reasons for that.
We'll do 3.75. Meet you in the middle.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Those numbers are gonna be all messed up.
Payroll, remember payroll.
It's 3.7. you got it?
0 on the end, make it even.
For what it's worth, I think it's pretty fair at the 3.75.
Oh, I have to agree with Dan. I'm just kind of, the wheels were kind of turning.
I know, and we don't want to we're not trying to put you guys on an awkward spot. And
No, and then,
I feel uncomfortable.
No,
You know?
no, everything's going really well.
No, I have to, you know,
You have to think about stuff. I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
if I owned the company,
Yeah, I know, it's a different
it would be no
beast.
problem at all.
Yeah.
You know, but because we are a municipal system and we have to deal with politics,
Yeah,
it makes it kind of difficult at times when we make jumps like that,
yeah.
so.
you're looking like 3.75.
So you think 3.75 will work, Ken?
Well, I'm still looking at this over here, and that's higher than what the other towns are looking for. Yeah,
What do you think,
if they'll
Bob?
go along with
I'm
that.
still milling it over. I'm just,
Yeah,
I mean, as far as rates, we haven't touched the rates in years, and we're still paying for our salaries, you know? It's not like we're gonna have to go up on rates to do this.
How about this? 3.75,
mhm.
and we knock $50 off the longevity. Instead of 200, we go 150.
it's just a lot to,
Well, it's a tough decision, it really is. I agree with you.
I just don't want to jump in before I, go over numbers and think about this. But take our advisement we need to make a decision tonight on this, or,
Well, it would be kind of nice if we could,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
if you need some more time, I don't want to rush it. If you guys agree, I would want to do it if you thought it would be okay to do that, but.
I'd say as long as you maintain the retro part of it.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
just-
yeah, definitely make it retro.
I know, I see Eric rolling his eyes over there. It makes it difficult for payroll as we prolong the issue. I mean, you know that, so.
Yeah.
I think as long as we maintain the retro, I don't think the employees would have a problem.
No, I'll definitely back it's got to go back to July 1. I mean, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Would you have a problem with waiting another month, or as long as it was definitely retro and, do you?
I mean, no, obviously we'd rather have the,
Right, no, we'd all rather have it, yeah.
it's not, no offense, but it's not, it's uncomfortable to come, not in a mean way, but.
No, I understand. No, I understand. No, completely
They keep
understand.
coming and,
How about the 50 off and 3.5? I can't go any lower.
we'll go for that, 50 off and the 3.75. So,
Okay.
You accept,
Yeah.
or you'd be in favor of 3.5 and 50?
Wait a minute.
No,
wait a minute.
3.75.
375 and 50.
375 and 50.
Okay,
mm,
that was my,
Yep.
what do you think, Ken?
yeah, I'd go along with that.
Okay, you guys,
Yeah, we're happy,
If
thank
they
you
go
very
along
much.
with
well, I
it.
mean,
Well, no,
I don't wanna-
we're trying to,
we don't want to bury you, but we
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, we don't want to bury you, so we met
Yeah,
in the middle,
and
that's
we
perfect.
appreciate that very much,
I
because,
mean, like I said, that's, we're not.
yeah, but we have a lot of things to think about here.
I know, you have-
It's
yeah.
politically, but also, we want to make sure that we have the best department we possibly can have, and we want to make sure we retain everybody, and we want to attract good people. And that's a very precarious position that we're in. And, I don't, it's like any other negotiation you go into, you have to weigh all these factors when you're looking at it, look down the road, and you gotta look what's in front of you at that particular time. And,
Yeah.
frankly, it was a little bit of sticker shock when I saw that. But I also have to, take into consideration what the going rate out there is.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew that it was,
yeah.
like I said at the beginning, we're not trying to be unappreciative or.
Now, and the other thing is that, we've worked in the field, and we understand what it is to work in the field.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous job. It's anytime everything that it incorporates, okay? It's a job that you have to be alert all the time. You just can't take anything for granted, so.
Yeah. Look at the guy in Georgetown.
Well,
It's
it's,
awful, but.
Yeah.
I mean, over a 40-year period, I probably know at least, a dozen, that lost their lives. So, I mean, you have to keep that in your back of your head, so.
So it was, just to be clear, 3.75 increase and then 150 to each step in longevity?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right?
Yep, yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
Okay.
so we want to take a vote on that?
Make that motion, Mr. Chairman?
Motion made,
Yeah, I'll second it.
motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Thanks, Thank you very
All
much.
right.
We appreciate
Have a
it.
good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kenny. Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Thank you, Kenny. Have a good night. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yep. See you, Dan.
See you tomorrow.
You really feel that the air conditioning's not working, can't you?
Yes. Very much so. Okay, so the next one,
Yep, next.
we need,
Can we talk about the safety
oh yeah,
glasses?
yes, yes, we absolutely
I
can.
mean, the computer glasses, excuse me.
Computer glasses, no problem at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good with that? Okay.
Yep, we can take a vote on that if you want.
Can I amend the motion that we had to add the computer glasses in? Okay. Make that motion.
Motion made to add the computer
Yep,
glasses.
yep, seconded, yep.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Yep.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Yeah, I
Thank
think,
you very much. We appreciate
I
it.
think that's a good policy.
Yeah.
And that'll make a modification to policy number 317.
Correct. Yep.
And other corporations do the same thing in the field.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. So now we need to do a manager performance evaluation. And you have no problem with doing that in open session?
Nope. No, we had discussed that at the last meeting. I basically waived my right to executive, so, yeah, open session is fine.
Okay.
Do you have a phone?
Oh, I didn't know that was
Okay. We have a series of categories here. We want to go down, we just kind of go down, read it, and agree as to, or do we want to fill it out by each
I think
person?
we can go down to each one and do it open.
Okay.
So,
Time management. Schedules and deadlines met, reports completed, is time being put to best use, are priorities established, exceeds standards, meets standards, does not meet standards.
I can start it off, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
I would say exceeds standards. I've asked, matter of fact, before I've asked things from Dan, I've received them. So I think that exceeds standards.
Okay. Control of resources, are budgets being met, are requests for equipment justified, space requirements realistic, expense controls in place. Exceed standards, meet standards, or does not meet standards.
Again, I would say exceed standards.
Okay, I'll have to agree. Work practice, does the individual follow directions, either verbal or written? Are procedures followed? Can this individual read the necessary instructions and complete the job without assistance? Well, let's hope he can.
Yeah, right.
I'll have to say exceed standards.
Okay. Quality of work, is there serious attention to quality? Is the quality consistent or does it vary? Does the person take the time to do it right?
Again, I would personally exceed standards.
Okay, I have to agree. Dependability, does this person come to work each day, ready to work? Can this individual be counted on to get the job done? Willing to work overtime when needed? Is he, she a team player? When a deadline approaches, do you seek out this person to participate in completing the assignment on time?
Again, Mr. Chairman, I would say exceed standards.
Okay, I have to agree. Communications, are reports clear and to the point? Does the individual share information with others promptly? Does the person keep the supervisor informed regarding any special events that affect the functions within his/her area? Does the individual listen attentively and respond appropriately?
Again, I would say exceed standards, and so on all the communications I've had with Dan personally.
Yeah, me too. Internal, external relationships, is this person flexible, agreeable, easy to get along with, help others without being asked, get along with peers? Does the person interact well with residents and vendors? Is the parents neat, clean, and professional?
Exceed standards.
Exceed standards. Judgment, does this person show awareness of other needs? Is he, she able to consider all facts of a situation before making a decision, or is he, she impulsive? Can you rely on this individual to use common sense and take appropriate action when necessary? Is confidential information safe with this person?
I would say
Exceed
yes,
standards.
exceed standards.
Yep. Creativity, do we see original yet practical solutions to problems? Does this person suggest improvements? Is there a willingness to try new ideas and adapt them to the job?
I would say creativity exceeds standards, and I give the example of when we were talking about alternate power sources, and Dan brought that to the table right away. So I mean, that's a sure sign of creativity.
Yep. Personal skills, does this person understand the demands of the position and how it interacts with other positions? Does this person know what has to be done? Do others ask this person for job-related advice? Is he or she proficient in all aspects of the job?
I would say exceed standards.
Standards, yep. Preparation, thoughtfulness, and effectiveness of planning. Are plans submitted meaningful and beneficial to the organization? Are potential problems anticipated? Is planning detailed? Do plans reflect genuine need?
Exceed standards.
Yes. Reaction to stress. Can this person handle stress events and maintain an even course in the face of difficult situations or people? Can the person be depended on when a deadline approaches and pressures intensify? Does he, she maintain effective in spirit of irregularities?
I gave the example of a number of storms I've gone through with Dan, and Dan has always been cool as a cucumber during the storm. So
Sometimes
exceed.
too cool.
Thank you.
Motivation. Is the person energetic, a self-starter? Does the individual have a genuine commitment to the position? Is he, she actively busy without being pressed? Does he, she make an effective effort to do more? Is he, she an energetic self-starter?
I would give the example of when Dan first got here, I was asking about budgets, and he had the budget already prepared and put out before he asked the question, and it was up on the web for all the customers of the town to see. So
Yeah, exceed standards.
exceed standards.
Problem solving. Can the person analyze problems and come up with a solution? Can the individual think in an analytic manner and get to the point quickly? Does he, she readily identify problems and suggest solutions?
Exceed standards.
Exceed standards. Volume of work. Jump in anytime, Ken.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, no, everything's going well.
You headed off in the wrong direction. You just give us a shove the other
Yeah,
way,
I
okay?
do know.
Yeah. Volume of work. Can the individual keep up with the workload? And if so, is the production steady and consistent? Can the person deliver what has to be done and meet a crash program when necessary?
Exceed standards.
Exceed standards. Those are the days when things are nice and quiet and you're sitting at the desk and nothing's happening, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
boom, all the devil breaks loose. Okay. So I think we've pretty much finished the evaluation. Is there any additional comments? Is there any general manager feedback?
I very much appreciate the review. I do try to anticipate the department and do my best to look into the future, to keep this department headed in the right direction. And I think working together with the board and myself, I think we're accomplishing that. I don't see any, I haven't seen any negatives as far as our relationship and working together as far as the board and the manager. I've seen it as all positive so far. So that's the only really comment I have.
I have to agree with you, Dan. I think we've, it's been very easy to work with you. Whenever we need to get a hold of you, there and stand by us. So we appreciate that very much.
Okay, thank you.
I can't say enough, Ken. You really do a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really turned the department around from a couple of years ago. So that's great. Salary
Now the fun part.
review, it says.
I think when we started this back in May, I had given you a sheet of salaries from the surrounding towns, just from Georgetown, Groveland, Ipswich, Merrimack, and Middleton, including Raleigh in that. I don't know if you had that sheet handy, if you want to take a quick look at it before we start.
I think for somehow that got purged from my package here. I thought I did have it, but
Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay, please, Eric. Thank you. And I do have the mean salary survey for managers as well, if you'd like to look at that as well. Thank you, Eric.
no, I got stuck over there. The next one, Ken.
The first page just goes over the salaries and
Yep.
the revenue and a couple other things. But the second page just goes over the rates, just with adding percentage raises to the rates just to see where they go in the next 3 years.
So staying with Merrimack is still the lowest paid.
Yeah, but we give them a car.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other side of it, yeah. Merrick only gives them $300 a month.
Mhm.
Do you ever figure out what a car's worth? It used to be figures, I don't know, I haven't seen any in a long time now.
I don't know, is that the IRS rate? Is that how they figure it? I mean, generally, if it's a mileage thing, it's an IRS rate.
Yeah. But I'm not sure actually even what that is now. I believe it's over 55 cents a mile, but I'm not sure what the actual,
Yeah.
what the evaluation part of it is.
So what do you think?
I'm not sure how you want to handle this. Do you want to just talk really freely and decide how you want, I mean, similar to what the employees did, or do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
I was kind of thinking the 3.75. Does that sound like it might be something that could eventually be worked out?
I know, and I know why, because we had talked about this at the last meeting and keeping everybody the same in the department. The 3.75, well, the manager in Merrimack just got a 15% raise. As
Got a
of
what?
Jan-
I'm
as of
sorry.
15% as of January 1. I was thinking higher than that, only because I can see what the local towns are getting. And even a town as Groveland, which is actually almost $1.2 million less in revenue than us, and his salary is actually $24,000 more a year than mine. So, not to say that I want to be up there right now, but I do believe that, considering, you know, the review, and I think you're happy with what I'm doing, and I'm happy with the relationship that we have. It's just the fact that, you know, by looking at the salaries, I think I'm underpaid. I want to be frank.
That's fine.
Looking at the salaries in the surrounding towns, you know, and I don't think the 3.75 is gonna increase it enough to get me, because as I said on the second page, the salary gap will continue to get larger, and I don't want to keep asking for more every year, you know, because then we just play catch up all the time.
Well, we just gave you an excellent review. We just gave, he has turned the department around, as far as I'm concerned. I think we're all pleased with his performance. I know it's a tough call, but
I mean, I'm not looking for everything all at once either. I mean, I'd consider doing, you know, extending my contract to a two or even 3-year contract, if we want to space out increases, you know, as long as we can come to an agreement as far as the amounts per year. I mean, I'd be willing to go for a 3-year contract as well, just so we can space it out.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to see a 3-year contract.
I'm assuming a 3-year contract, as an example, if we go to 3.75%, like we, you know, what the rest of the department got. With a 3-year contract, it would be 3.75 for the 3 years, or it would stay at the 3?
Let me figure out the amounts real quick.
Use whatever figure you want to use then. If it's easier to use a standard percentage, that's fine.
Okay.
Because it's all hypothetical at this point.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what the 3-year contract will do.
I think we could always do it as starting a little bit higher and then decreasing as we go too. I mean, if you were willing to bump it up early, for talking purposes, 5, 4, and a 3, or I mean, if you wanted to go that or a straight 4, I mean, I'd be willing to work that out. However.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Basically, what we're looking at is probably about $1,000 a percent,
Mm-hmm.
based on this chart.
Mhm.
A little bit more.
Yeah, it's in round figures.
Dan, you were saying 5, 4, 3?
We can work something like that out, yeah.
Four, 4, 4.
It'd work out to about the same, would it?
Exactly the same.
Over the long.
Over the long term, it'd be the same
Long
at the
term,
end,
it's
yeah.
same. And do 3 years. Any comments, Mr. Chairman?
No, I think that might work. I mean, when you say 5% or 4%, I mean, it sounds like a huge figure, but it's really not. I mean, we're looking at what we're starting now in 15,
Mm-hmm.
and if we go to the 4%, it's only a $2,000 raise.
Well, I'm looking at the other departments around here.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
we're looking at where this would bring us. I think they have the other members of the department also. That's why I was thinking of the 444.
Mhm.
And again, as far as I'm concerned, what I've seen from Dan in the past year has been, again, exceeds standards. I would like to see a 3-year contract.
No, I have to agree with that part of it. I really do. Makes it much cleaner, much easier.
I'd like to see 444 in a 3-year contract.
Would you accept that, Dan?
Let me do some quick figuring.
That would be on the last page of the.
Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I went up as high as 4. Oh, I did go up as high as 4.
You did.
Okay. A lot to think about, like you said.
Okay. How long do you need?
Probably just a couple of minutes, but,
Okay.
um, I still, I don't wanna sound like I'm greedy, but if I look at the columns, I see a Georgetown and the Groveland at 152 and 156, and me at 129 at the end of the third year, which is still, a $23,000 gap in the salaries.
You're looking at the 4-year?
I'm looking
I mean,
at the 4%.
Okay,
That's if they get 4% raises.
That's
over
if
the
they get
next- Right,
4%.
over the next 3 years. So
right.
that's an unknown.
I would say with their salary range, my guess is that they probably wouldn't receive a 4%.
Okay.
You would accept 5, 4, 3?
That wouldn't really change
No.
the end result. I also look at, I know as a manager, I haven't been in Raleigh very long, but I do have almost 10 years. I have 9 years as a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And not to disparage anybody, the gentleman in Groveland, gentleman in Georgetown was hired less than a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the gentleman in Groveland, I think, has 7 or 8 years in now. And I do have 27 years of experience in the business itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should account for something. Even if I look at the salary rates, if I take the 4, 4, and a 4, and at the end of the contract, I'd be at 129, and Groveland right now is at 139. So even if he gets minimal raises over the next 3 years, the salary increase, it's gonna start at 10,000.
And Groveland doesn't get a car a lot. It doesn't get a car and gets $400 a month.
He gets
allowance.
a car allowance, yeah. Would you consider a 6, 5, and a 4? Or would you like to no. I know I don't like to go through this every year, and I know the commissioners don't like to go through this every year as well.
That's why I prefer to go 3.
And I would too as well. It's just a matter of trying. I'm trying to protect myself over
Sure.
the 3 years, and you're trying to protect yourself over the 3 years. So, I would settle on a 6, 5, and a 4.
Okay, we're looking at the surrounding towns. Right now, your annual salary is 115,
Mm-hmm.
and Middleton is 171, 917, 70. Merrimack is 115. Ipswich is 131. I'm talking about 131,000, or just so everybody knows what we're talking about at home. Groveland is at 139, 500. And Georgetown is 135, 687. And again, We're right about, for customers, we're greater than Groveland. And
Just under Georgetown, or just over Georgetown.
just over, we're under Georgetown, just over Groveland. And Merrimack, we're over Merrimack also.
So you're talking 6.546 to get you somewhere near with the other towns.
Mm-hmm.
And the following year, the same thing. Still trying to get up to,
Right.
Mhm.
and then the last year would be what the other towns are increasing.
And your proposal again was,
6, 5, and 4.
So in the end, 2017, with the 4, it comes to about 37. 137,
137.
yeah.
That's at the 4% at the very end.
Yeah.
Comes up to
And
130.
that's based on $1,000 per percent.
Okay,
Is that right?
that's the 6, 5, and 4.
I think it's 2,000, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2,000. And it's based on 2,000 per percent. So 5% would be 10,000. 6% would be 12,000. And 8,000 would be 4%. 4% would be 8,000. So that brings us down to that'll bring us up to Ipswich in the first year.
In the first year?
Yep.
Okay, Ipswich.
Ipswich right now is at 131.
Which, if Ipswich receives a 2, 2, and 2, it'll be up to 139. Look at the annual salary right now is 131. Number of customers 6885, and their annual revenues are 14.9. So they're almost $15 million annual revenues.
Yeah, they're twice, basically, a little over twice that revenue.
Okay. And then if we look at Groveland, Groveland is 139 at this particular time, 2,700 customers with annual revenue of 5.3 million, So, but there's a whole bunch of factors in here besides that.
Well, I mean, it's basically, once you get by the first year, it's speculation after that, because we don't know what the races are gonna be in the other
That's right.
towns. So if everything's on an even playing field, that's what it'll come out to, but.
Right. And I just don't see that other towns around, you know, up at the 133 mark right now, are going to get more than 2% raise.
Probably not.
No, I don't see that. But again, we gotta get our light manager up.
Well, if you remember right, when we first hired him,
Mhm.
we kind of beat him up on that one.
Mhm.
And last year, when we signed up the second contract,
Mhm.
we beat him up just a little bit.
Yeah.
And we didn't hit him too hard on that one. So, and I think I can live with the 654. Given all the factors.
We just gave him an excellent exceeding evaluation.
Yeah, I know
Just
that.
turned the department around the last,
And he certainly deserves that,
absolutely.
so. So what do you think? 654 still on the table?
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I wanted, but I will agree to it.
Okay.
Is it okay if I put in the contract that if anything extenuating happens, that we come back to the table and talk?
I think we could put a clause in there that we can come back.
Okay.
Yeah. It depends on what the economy does, what everything else does. I mean, that clause can go both ways,
Right, right.
so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you think? Any comment, Ken?
Yeah, I think it's a good deal. Like you say, if there's a problem, we can discuss it afterwards, if you're willing to do it.
No, I'm looking at a lot of factors here besides, you know, it's retention.
Mm-hmm.
It's where the salary is today, and that's a big factor in retention.
Yes.
And you're looking at the surrounding towns, try to blend us in with the surrounding towns with annual revenue and everything else. And again, I've seen a great turnaround in the light department.
No question about it. All right, I'll call for a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded for a 3-year contract with the 654. And a clause to open negotiations if the parties agree. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
I will edit the contract and get it to you, and we'll probably, do you want to sign that at the next meeting? Do you want to? Okay.
Okay. One other thing, do we want to make it retroactive July 1?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Add that to the,
Got it.
you agree with that, Ken? Retroactive July 1?
Yeah,
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's on board.
yeah.
Okay.
Here's an afterthought.
All right. Thank you.
That's the type of thing, man. We've been screwing around with this too long.
I know.
So, okay, we got a gentleman in the audience. Is there anything you need to discuss with us or talk to us or ask us?
Never having been to one of these meetings before, I wanted to come down and be a participating resident.
Okay.
I've been in the town for about a year.
Very good.
Just moved with my family. So kind of want to get a feel for things. One particular item, I'm looking to go with the solar installation at my house. So I kind of wanted to get some information. May not be the right venue for that, but.
Well, actually, I think our manager, Dan Folding, can
Yeah,
certainly can talk to you and give you some information on that.
sure. Yeah, so I just wanted to
Are you looking
see
to,
how things worked here.
are you looking to waste a little time? Or?
Yeah.
Because the town has plenty of openings on other boards.
Yeah, I kind of
Recruiting.
didn't expect to be on person.
We have to.
Tonight.
No, we have some planning board associate seats open, some zoning board of appeals associate seats open, there's several other positions.
Finance?
Okay.
If you want to inspect lumber and back, well, we got one of those too.
Very good. Yeah,
Which
I'm
we have to explain all the time what the specifications of the job is.
sure. I work in power generation myself.
Oh, do you?
Oh, okay.
So this is why the lighting, it interests me. So I kind of wanted to maybe see about getting more involved with it and understanding how the municipality works.
Okay.
I've always just never lived in a place that was utility.
Investor owned.
It's new.
Yeah.
New to me. So.
When you dial a number, nobody answers.
Right. Interested.
Well, welcome to the
see how it
town.
works.
How long you been here now?
About a year.
About a year?
May of last year.
Okay.
If you need more information about our net meeting policies on the website, it's just www.rmlp.com.
Raleigh Light.
Oh, Raleigh Light spelled out, sorry. It's
Yeah.
spelled out RaleighLight.com. If you need that, and if you have any questions, if you want to, I got my business cards in my car. I can give you my business card. It has my email address on
Okay.
it. So
Yeah.
if you have any
Net
questions,
office. Okay.
yeah.
The Board of Selectmen meets on Monday nights every other,
Summer schedule right now.
on the summer schedule, every other Monday night. So we'll meet this Monday night, and then we're off until September. I mean, every other,
28th, I think, is the next time for that. So,
so. And if you can always catch us on reruns.
Right. Okay.
okay, is there anything else?
Nope.
I think we got a lot accomplished.
Need a motion?
Need a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned.